Welcome to the Right On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Right On. Four guys giving each other hell about sports and their sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring the head of the table, Kyle Wright, the king of shit takes, Marcus Wisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out. Let's get started.
Something in the air, boys. Just feels so natural. God, it's good not having Marcus here.
You know what's funny is this whole time I was expecting to hear Drew's voice bring us into this show because this episode was actually supposed to be brought on.
Oh, no.
Welcome to the Right On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Right On. Four guys giving each other hell.
We'll be right there.
Sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring
I have a feeling
the head of the table,
Drew didn't jump in. What was I supposed to do?
The king of shit takes, Marcus Wisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out. Let's get started.
Hello, and welcome in.
See, this is why I jumped in. This is why I did it. Oh, this feels nice.
You know what?
I missed you.
He sounds like he's about to start selling us candles.
Hello, I'm here to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Can I
my
speak
Lord
to you?
and Savior. You just
Your
assume that
Lord and Savior.
Yeah,
Yes.
you walked in the door. Your Lord and Savior.
It's not funny
What
to
about our?
joke about religion.
Hey, who says I'm joking? We can talk about him if you want to.
Go ahead.
Well, Jesus Cristo. Let's talk about him.
Yeah,
I
that's
think he
good.
likes to be
There we
called
go.
that.
Jesus Cristo.
I don't think he likes to be called that.
Blasphemy on the Right On Sports Show today.
But I am Drew Gorman, your host for tonight,
Here you go,
and
Drew.
I am with I'm with Kyle and Nick.
Don't waste them.
My last name is Wright, by the way.
They're what?
My last name is Wright.
Oh, you want me to announce your last
No.
name? Oh, thank you. For everybody watching, Kyle Wright and Nick.
For
Gurley.
everyone not watching.
Everyone, hey, they're not watching. They're on the audio.
Somebody.
But we're gonna talk some go-to-goats today, along with some MLB and some NFL free agency. So
Ooh.
let's get a quick update.
I'm just here for the ride.
I see that. Let's get a quick update on our go-to-goats. We've got Griffey Jr. going against Lawrence Taylor, and the one yet to be announced. So let me get Nick. Let me get your thoughts on King Griffey Jr. versus Lawrence Taylor.
There were two matchups today. That one's from yesterday, but they didn't talk about it on the air on ESPN.
Why not? That was like the most interesting matchup so far that we've had.
I don't know.
Somehow that Michael Phelps lost to Muhammad Ali, but this is the most interesting matchup. Okay, all right.
It's definitely right there though. Because of these are so good, dude.
Michael Johnson should have been there anyway, but we won't go there. We won't go there. So let
We
me
didn't know who Michael Johnson
he
was
didn't know.
when we put those names in there. Why is Marcus texting us? He knows we do a show. I'm gonna text him.
Von Miller to the Bills, like we didn't know 15 minutes ago.
I'm gonna text him while you give your take on that.
So, I obviously chose Lawrence Taylor. I think he changed the game more. King Griffey, everybody in the 90s wanted to be King Griffey Jr. Marcus, you're right. You're right. Everybody wanted to be King Griffey. The difference is that Lawrence Taylor actually changed the game of baseball. King Griffey Jr. did not change it. He even posted, Marcus even posted in his Facebook status that King Griffey had a bigger impact on his sport. I totally disagree. Totally disagree. King Griffey Jr. had a big impact on the society. I mean, he had the Randy Moss effect. I mean, people wanted to be the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, people wanted to be Moss kids, whatever. But Lawrence Taylor was the dude. No, Lawrence Taylor, to me, I'm not going to say that it was like a landslide or anything because it wasn't. But for me, I saw this, King Griffey Jr., Lawrence Taylor, immediately clicked on Lawrence Taylor. I didn't even have to think about it.
Like I said in my post, he completely changed the way that defenses were played, completely changed how you viewed an outside linebacker, a defensive end, an edge rusher as of today. Like, he completely changed everything. Yes, everyone wanted to be Ken Griffey, like you said. But, no, there's no way, by a long shot. Give me Lawrence Taylor.
Hosts don't normally talk this much.
Unless it's you.
What did Mark?
That is very true.
I texted Marcus and I said, we do a sports show on Wednesday nights. He said, oh, really? I thought it was Thursday. So I voted for Lawrence Taylor as well, which is a sweep on the show. However, I do disagree on one end. I think greater impact on their sport was probably Griffey. And I only say that just because of how the game changed with Ken Griffey Jr. And now I'm saying, like, now obviously the game changed so much with Lawrence Taylor, but the way people came up, the way swag was viewed in baseball, the way that maybe, just to say, like, African Americans were more accepted into the sport of baseball, like, maybe he was the modern day Jackie Robinson, I would say. Culture into baseball is what Ken Griffey Jr. did. However,
well, he was the first one to step out of that norm of baseball being boring.
And that's where I'm going. And that's where I'm going with that more than anything. By the way, I feel so weird being over here now. Again, it's strange.
I got so much going on over here.
Yeah.
But Jake McGowan, I have no idea how people chose Ken Griffey Jr. over Lawrence Taylor.
His next comment, oh my God, I freaking love it. LT forever made left tackle important. He is the reason it's the second highest paid position. Griffey wasn't even the best player on Backyard Baseball. That was Pablo Sanchez. Hell, Pablo could be on the list and not Griffey.
Who?
Pablo Sanchez from Backyard Baseball.
From Backyard Baseball. Okay. Hey, David Hayes, why didn't you guys? Why didn't you guys talk about this on the show yesterday, Dave?
Yeah, I don't really understand. You're kind of throwing our groove off here.
I know, jerk.
It's our groove thing that y'all are messing with, and we don't like anybody to mess with our groove thing.
No, but I mean, so like taking all that in consideration, though, Lawrence Taylor was literally the reason that the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls.
Yep.
Right? 2 Super Bowls, the one with the Giants.
And I got to agree with my man Kyle Albritton here. He said, "Who would Theismann vote for?" My man's ended his career.
Dave, I thought y'all didn't. Okay, who did y'all decide?
Oh, did we not watch his show and then we just dogged him?
Well, he said it. Well, in the post he said it's not being talked about. But I was at work all day. So I just assumed they didn't talk about it. So I want to sorry, Dave, tell me who you guys talked about or who you guys picked on the show.
We'll wait.
He said I had short shows. While we're waiting on a update from David, let's go ahead and get into today's topics. We had
David.
Dave
mother is
Davo. Today's David. Getting a quick update of the Go to Goats today. We had Muhammad Ali versus Ric Flair.
Woo!
And currently Muhammad Ali has 46 votes while Ric Flair has 10.
Oh, I'm surprised he got 10.
Okay. Now, this is where this got heated because we had a whole nother matchup today, and for everybody watching, that matchup was Nolan Ryan versus Hulk Hogan. I didn't post because of the comments on the first one. I wanted to turn this into a whole different thing because right there that told me, especially with the way we've seen baseball bias in this.
Oh, dear God.
Nolan Ryan was going to kill him. There's no reason to waste time. There was no reason to waste a post.
If any wrestler deserved to be in it, it would have been Hulk Hogan.
It would have been the Hulkster. So we went ahead. We're going to give Nolan Ryan the win. We're going to give Muhammad Ali the win. We'll do the logistics of that. We run this tournament. We made this. The first thing I want to say, and I'm going to make a clip of this and post this in a group.
But before you say this,
yeah.
So it looks like they did talk about it. Ken Griffey Jr. moves on. This is a terrible post. I feel like every Flair too. Flair too what?
I see your perspective on why you did that. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They picked Flair? Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry. Anyway, this is our day. This is our day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's saying the perspective. Okay. Anyway, I'm totally off track now.
Yeah, you are. Come on, figure it out.
Come on.
Don't look at me like that.
I'll look at you however I want to.
The Hulkster.
The Hulkster.
Hulkster.
Yeah, I mean,
what you taking that off for again?
Y'all run this. We just promote. Dave, stop reading my comments. I've never been thrown off like that. I'm the show bitch over here. Why am I doing this? You got it.
I turned my phone off.
This turned into a whole different conversation. So I'm going to clip this part, and I'm going to put this in the group because this ain't. I love those guys. I love Dave. I love Old School. I love Randy. I love Adam. I love those guys. But we don't have the FCC on us, so I control what I say and do on this show. With that being said, don't come into the comment section disrespecting the hard work that we've put into this damn tournament. We've worked our asses off from the very, very beginning on this. We sat in the studio. We've picked all these names. We've worked our asses off, putting the bracket together, randomizing these names. We sat at the bar at Angelina's at my work for 2 hours putting the scheduling together. Don't bring your stupid ass into the comments disparaging the whole thing that we've done. I'm not like you don't have to like it. If you don't like it, then shut up and move on.
Well, there's no way that we missed that many names as if people are making it sound as if these 72, there could have been 72 other names on here. No, that's just simply not the case.
Simply not true.
I mean, some of the people that some of the athletes that I have seen posted, like, why isn't this guy in there? I'm like, you want to know why? Would you like to know? Because I don't know who the hell that is. That's why. I don't know who it is. I'm 30 years old. You're 27. You're 29. I mean, I think you're 27. Are you?
You gave me another year. I'm
26. You're 26. You're 29. I mean, of course, we're going to pick people that we know of, that were big when we were a kid and that are big now.
You make your own list. I'll vote on it.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to pick anybody from the 30s that I don't know who they are.
And there was, listen, specifically, there was one comment that said something about this whole list just lost credibility because you guys put a professional wrestler in it. I could not disagree any more with that particular statement because we had a BMX guy in this. Mm-hmm. We had Travis Pastrana, a stunt man, moved on.
He won.
Yeah, by a lot. He moved on. And I'm not mad. I'm not saying I'm mad at Ric Flair losing to Muhammad Ali. Mike, he
deserved. He deserved to lose against Muhammad Ali.
I was more angry that Michael Phelps lost to Muhammad Ali than I am with Flair losing to Ali.
Doubt.
And I'm not however, I know that if I would have posted that other one, I know it. Nolan Ryan would have destroyed Hulk Hogan, and there was no reason for Hulk Hogan to lose that matchup.
Not against Nolan Ryan.
But we're going to move Nolan Ryan on because we saw that, okay, we're going to adjust and we're going to take the professional wrestlers out. But I want to turn this conversation into something because I want to know from you guys, should professional wrestlers be mentioned in this?
So I think they're definitely athletes, and I think they everybody was saying that everything is scripted. That's why they can't be an athlete. I disagree. They're definitely athletes. Some of them are the biggest stars in America. The Rock came from wrestling. I mean, he wasn't known before wrestling. Yeah, he played football, but they all played a sport. None of them just came straight into wrestling from not playing a sport. So they were all athletes and then got into this. So, and I've been in that ring, never been a wrestler, but been in it, and that is scary as hell. I mean, it is me. I mean, I didn't say a word. I mean, These people have to not only, yes, the story's scripted, but they have to actually put a persona on and use that persona to entertain people. And if we're going to talk about entertainment, let's be real. Everything is entertainment. I mean, just because you play football, you play in the NFL, I mean, how many times have we felt that, this is rigged? This is rigged. The Reds, they just sold off everybody. Rigged. The Cubs got rid of everybody last year and sold them over to the Braves. Everybody said, this is rigged. The Astros versus the Braves, rigged. Everything's rigged. There's always a storyline behind everything, rigged. So, I mean, come on. Everything's rigged. And if we want to, Hulk Hogan, I think he would have gotten my vote, especially against Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan also got in trouble for steroids. So but Hulk Hogan also takes steroids.
Do we?
But in his line, it's not illegal.
To me, I'm gonna have to agree with Kyle Albritton. Kyle Albritton. You're
the
saying
Kyle number 2. He's Kyle number 1.
I'm the other Kyle.
The other Kyle.
You got it, Kyle Albritton.
Yeah,
you rock.
So he's basically saying no, they shouldn't have been involved. They shouldn't have been involved. But I agree, they are definitely athletes. I don't know. They are definitely athletes in my opinion. But I never grew up. This is where my disconnect is. I never grew up watching wrestling. So to me, I'm like, I don't know if they belong from an outsider's perspective. I don't know if they belong in this conversation.
I'm not going to say that I think that one of them would have went into the Sweet 16 or the whatever. I'm not going to say that they would have went any further than what they've gotten. Do I think they deserve the disrespect that they got? No.
Oh, no.
Not even a little bit.
Hell no.
But, like, I mean, I didn't grow up watching Hulk Hogan. To tell you the truth, Hulk Hogan.
I was going to say, I put 2 wrestlers in this.
We really didn't get to grow up watching. Mine, Stone Cold Steve Austin all day long.
Right.
That was the man.
Yeah.
I mean, which we have something after the show. We're going to go live again like we did last week. We have, today is
Have some fun.
3/16, and we're going to put a little show on for you guys. Just letting you know.
Well, I do have to give a shout out to Zach Lesnar saying Brock Lesnar, my uncle, should be is the goat of goats.
You know, he's in this, isn't he?
Brock Lesnar's in this.
Yeah, he's actually in this. So he is actually going. Zach, your uncle.
Uncle Brock
is represented. Your Uncle Brock is definitely represented.
Oh, creepy Uncle Brock up there in Minnesota.
Y'all have the same temperament. That's what's weird.
Tyler Spalding says wrestlers should be mentioned for sure, but Nolan Ryan has to beat Hulk Hogan just by performance alone. He took a Bo Jackson line drive to the face and then finished the game. First ballot Hall of Famer with a litany of no hitters and one of the hardest feats in any sport.
And I mean, I don't disagree with that by any means. I think Nolan Ryan was incredible, but Hulkster did more.
Hold on. Did one of the hardest feats of any sport, what is?
I'm guessing a no-hitter.
So, see, but this is the hardest part for me. I'm a huge baseball fan, love the Atlanta Braves, love baseball, all of that. But I have heard nothing since we started this bracket that hitting a baseball is the hardest thing you could possibly do in all of sports. So now striking somebody out and getting people out is also the hardest thing that you can do in sports? Get the hell out of here. I mean, it sounds like we have nothing but baseball fans on here.
That's really where I'm starting to lean here. Like that. So that's there you go once again. Like, this is why I did not post this matchup. There was no reason to after reading the comments on the first one. I'm going to tell you my vote was for Ric Flair. My vote was 100% for Ric Flair because I did not watch Ric Flair growing up, but dude,
he's a 16-time champion, guys. Woo! Come on.
Oh dear God. He's over there bracing himself for his handbag.
Because he's been hitting me the whole show. It's easy for me to think.
Try sitting over there normally.
Dude, why do you don't insult
him?
This,
dude?
I'm just here. I'm just here so I won't get fined. So let's talk about something different. Let's get some chicken going on. Is anyone gonna?
You gotta. I mean, we're over here hugging each other. You can't just say chicken. Okay. So our next segment. You're not gonna host the whole thing. You're not that good.
Oh,
so our
okay,
next segment.
All right, 10
is going to have to be what you guys love so much. Baseball. Oh,
we're all happy. We're all
I mean, I'm happy. This is one of the reasons why we decided to put me and Kyle next to each other again and let all our good old buddy, old pal Drew, good dog, good job,
good dog,
host the show a little bit because, man, the Atlanta Braves and the Cincinnati Reds are a tale of two teams. I mean, my goodness, the Braves went out there, lost Freddie Freeman, heartbroken. I hate it. I'm super sad for it. If you read the text my wife just sent, you would think that he is a backstabbing liar that cheated on somebody. But, I mean, he only wants money, all this stuff. She is heartbroken, and she does not like Freddie Freeman at this point.
He's a piece of garbage, man.
Yeah, he does not. She does not like Freddie Freeman. But I understand it. It's all about the money. But to me, my biggest issue is don't say that you want to be the next Chipper Jones, knowing that Chipper Jones was the dude that took less money just so we could sign more players.
Yeah.
And then Freddie Freeman, basically, we wouldn't have been able to sign Eddie Rosario if we'd have gotten Freddie Freeman. We wouldn't have been able to sign McHugh. I don't know what just happened right then, but we wouldn't have been able to sign McHugh.
Wind blew the door shut.
And we wouldn't have been able to sign anyone else. Freddie Freeman would have been it. We just got Matt Olson, 4 years younger than Freddie Freeman, as an OPS that's about the same, every year. His average, yeah, he dips in average, but he makes up for in home runs. I mean, our batting lineup really outside of Olsen for Freeman hasn't changed a lick. Once we get Ronald Acuna back, Drew Waters will probably come out unless they decide to stick Guillermo Heredia in there. But, Albies will fall down a little bit. But this lineup is the exact same lineup outside of Soler. I mean, Jock Peterson was a bench roll.
Really, Soler was too.
And Soler switched with Rosario a lot.
Yeah.
So, and he played DH when we went to the Astros a lot. So, I mean, yeah, this lineup is great. Could not be happier that we went out and got Matt Olson. Could not be happier that, what was the first thing I said? Y'all said, I think it was Drew broke the news to us on our group chat. Braves signed Matt Olson, 8 years. 8 years, $168 million. The first thing, as soon as I heard about the trade, the first thing I said was they better extend him right now. They better go after it and extend him right now.
Like
next day.
2 minutes later.
The next day they went out and did it. Yeah. And I could not be happier. The Braves are back. Braves country, I want to hear you. Shit. But
we got three different ball clubs in here.
Give me a trash can.
Yeah. Christ.
See, that irritates me.
Even saying it yourself.
I know.
So, before Kyle gives his point, I do want to ask you a question.
No, who, me?
It's coming from Zach Lesnar.
Oh, okay.
Will Freddie Freeman be booed or cheered when he returns to play in Atlanta?
Ooh,
I'm assuming he will be
that?
cheered, but never know.
But can I answer that?
After
because
Nick.
I think that depends on where he signs.
I think it does depend on. I think it does depend on.
I know
where
you said
he signs.
after Nick, but it's still my show.
No, I think it does depend on where he signs because, if he goes to the Rays, he'll get cheered. If he goes to the Yankees, he'll get cheered. If he goes to the Red Sox, he'll get cheered. If he goes anywhere outside of the NL East, he'll get cheered. The Dodgers, I don't know. The Dodgers, I think you're going to have a mixture of a little bit, but to tell you the truth, I also think that with the Braves moving on before Freddie Freeman really moved on, he didn't sign, and then the Braves traded. We traded and then basically ended the talks with him.
Yeah.
So I would assume that we are going to cheer. I'll cheer. I think he deserves it. He was there for a decade, and I mean, he did nothing but stay through 2012 when the Braves won like 62 games.
What if he signs with the Mets?
I'll boo him. 100%. If he signs with the Mets, the Phillies, the Nationals, if he goes to the Marlins, hey, okay, I might cheer for him. But the other three, I'll boo him. Like hard too. I might throw stuff.
Oh God.
Beer bottles. I might throw stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, because if he signs with the Mets, yeah.
Take Carson and throw him.
Yeah, I'll burn everything I have that has number 5 on it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But if he signs with anybody else outside of the NL East, the Dodgers, I think that if he wasn't from California, I could sit here and say something different.
That's fair.
But the fact that he's from California, I'm like, okay, I get it.
That's fair.
You want to go back home. We just did the same thing for Matt Olson. Matt Olson just came back home. He's from Atlanta. So I wouldn't boo him if he went to the Dodgers, but if he went anywhere on the NL East, yeah. So, but now we're going to shift. We're going to shift over to the mighty Cincinnati Reds.
Let's hear this, big fella.
Pain without love. I've had enough pain. Yeah, I don't. First of all, if you guys want the full take, a 59-minute take, Seeing Reds podcast, our brand new baseball podcast with me and Adam Goff. We're both Cincinnati Reds fans. We just absolutely went in today on our first episode. But for the sakes of doing this on the OG show, I am obviously not doing okay. I am I think I was talking to my dad this morning just to kind of walk you guys through everything that's happened in the last 3 days with the Cincinnati Reds. Sonny Gray, I get. I don't like it, but I get it. Because Sonny Gray last year, when he was healthy, was either great, and I'm talking 7 innings, 3 hits, 11 strikeouts, or Sonny Gray was awful. I'm talking 3 innings, 7 runs. Nothing in between. There was never an in between between them.
Jake McGowan said, "Dude, they signed Cueto. They're making a run at it, boys."
They didn't sign Cueto yet, but they're getting there.
And Kyle Albritton says, at least they have Jonathan India. Go Gators.
Hey, see, this is the only time I
for
get to
now.
say, Kyle Albritton, you're a cool dude.
Yeah,
For now.
For now, right? Who knows what'll happen today? Like,
Yeah,
later.
they got 6 years. He's got 6 years of eligibility. Go ahead, trade him.
Oh, we can get some.
Trade
We can
him.
get some youth in him.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sonny Gray, I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. All right. So you turn around to the big trade, right? The one that everybody's talking about. The one that made Drew Gorman text me and go, "I'm sorry for assuming you're a bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I had this big, long, drawn out, because like, if you could see our text group, like, he was talking about the Reds organization, and I was like, okay, he's over dramatic, like over.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say that he's not over dramatic. I mean, if any of you know Kyle Aaron Wright, the fact that he puts his middle name in his Facebook name, you know he's dramatic.
I'm not dramatic.
But I was like, just reading some of his texts, and I'm like, okay, it's not.
Off, right?
I was like, it's not that serious. It's not going on. I kept telling him, I'm like, it's not that serious. Don't worry about it. And then whenever this trade came out, I was like, oh, dude, I feel bad. I'm sorry, bud.
So Eugenio Suarez has been terrible the last 2 years.
Yeah, he hit 50 home runs and then just nothing
Horrible.
since.
Like,
Yeah.
2019, he hit 49, right, just shy of 50. He came out before the 2020 season, the COVID season, before it got shortened, of course, and said he wants to hit 50 home runs. Well, the season got shortened. He was terrible. He hit like 189. Last season, he hit 167. So trading Suarez, trading that $30 million we owed Suarez, that didn't hurt me. Like, I was like, whatever. Like, obviously losing that infectious smile that Suarez had in the dugout. If you guys know anything about baseball, you'll know that Suarez was probably the happiest guy. But he was also probably the worst third baseman in baseball. So the one that got me was Jesse Winker. When I found out that he was included in that trade, when I tell you I called this man sitting to my left the next morning and told him, dude,
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I was legit. I'm telling you guys, everyone always says it's just a game, it's just sports, it's just like, it's your teams. You guys know as well as I do. When you're a man like this, like, when it's your passion, shit hurts when something like this happens.
It hurt me. It hurt me for you, because we had been talking like days before, whenever you were talking about the Sonny Gray, and they were, before the trade even happened, you were talking about Sonny Gray. You were like, okay, yeah, I could see that. But with the rate things are going, you legitimately called it. You were like, the rate it's going, anybody's on the trade block. You were like, who knows? We could get rid of Winker. He's only on the team for now. And then 2 days later, it's boom, he's traded.
What's funny is we recorded.
McGowan, you got to be careful with them thoughts. I'm just going to throw that out there.
What do you say?
I'm just going to let that stew for a little bit and go ahead. Finish your statement.
It's funny. I'll let you read it.
A stew? You said stew?
You got any crackers?
He said,
What was that? Did you just...
Stew. It's a food.
That's not how we do this.
Oh,
That is not how we do this.
you said stew.
No, that's not how we do this. No, that's why I said write them down. Write them down. Jesus Christ.
But
Jesus.
Jake McGowan's comment, he said, hey, a middle name on Facebook is better than an old joint Facebook, because my wife caught me talking to thoughts.
Pineapple. All right, we're going to go.
Pineapple. We're going to talk about some NFL free agency.
Hey, how about them transitions?
Pineapple.
This is such a fun thing. Such a fun idea.
God. Okay, yeah, we're going to talk about some free agency in the NFL. Can you shut up? Just
No, I cannot. It's impossible. Ask my wife. It's impossible for me to shut up. Oh. Is that... No, you got to make it an airplane if you're going to throw it. Make it an airplane. Make it an airplane.
Cracker Jacks.
But, okay, so
Anyways,
we're going
let's
to go
keep it short
with
about this.
Zadarius Smith signing with the Ravens for a 4-year, $35 million deal.
I feel like this was a very, number one, very fast. he signed over there very quickly because he was just released by Green Bay, I think either yesterday or the day before. So within 48 hours, signing with the Ravens. Ravens added him and Marcus Williams.
Yeah.
They're doing some work.
Yeah. And
Jake said one time, get out of jail free card if y'all force LT past Griffey. All right. I mean, so LT's moving on.
LT's gone, yeah.
By the way, if they picked Griffey and we picked Taylor, it's got to go to the committee.
I got to say this.
David said I changed
know
my
who
vote.
the committee picked.
I have to say this. Can you get me out? Can I drink on the beach and cops walk by, take beer out of everybody else's hands, and just watch me drink?
And shake my
nobody,
hand.
yeah, shake my hand and just like I want to feel like Jake. I want to feel important.
Bring you the beer. Bring you their beer, their confiscated beer.
They pop one open and nope. Let me have that,
Mr. Gurley. Here you go.
But actually, you are correct though. So they on LT, we picked LT. They picked King Griffey Jr. and this goes to the committee, and the committee actually has LT winning.
The committee picked Lawrence Taylor. So
It worked.
LT
So Lawrence Taylor is actually moving ahead.
Yep. Lasagna.
So the Dolphins agreed to. First of all, y'all want to grade these?
Yeah.
There's a number of them
Let's
here.
grade 'em.
So Ravens agreed to sign outside linebacker Zadarius Smith. The deal 4 years, $35 million.
Can we group those together because I know the Marcus Williams one is on here too for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yep. Ravens agreed to terms with safety Marcus Williams. The deal 5 years, $70 million.
So the Marcus Williams one, I'll give him a C+. Because he's not that good. He's not worth the money they gave him. They gave him like almost what?
Valid.
They over like 15 a year pretty much. I think they gave him 16 and a half. But they also turned around and got Zadarius Smith for less than 10 mil a year. So I'm gonna I would say that's a B+. So let's round these out and let's just say a B-.
I think that's a good grade. I'm going to say a B. I'm going to say just a straight B.
Total?
Yeah. Because the Ravens are known to having a very
Rookie score.
The Ravens are known to have a very good defense. It's about time they have a better defense.
Yep.
I'm glad to see them go out and sign 2 defensive players. Now the only thing is you need to get your quarterback somebody to throw
Wide
to.
receiver, yeah. I'm gonna go with a B+ because I really like the signing for them for Marcus Williams. He's very underrated. As a Saints fan, I've watched him for the past 4 or 5 years. He is very underrated for what he does. He has a very unique skill set he excels at.
Particular set of skills.
I'm gonna ask this question because I actually like it because I like one and I don't like the other. But Kyle Albritton says, since y'all are throwing out random food items, which is worse, candy corn or Peeps?
Which is worse?
Which is worse? That means he doesn't like
Peeps.
both.
All right.
I'm gonna slap
on
you.
the count of 3.
Oh.
Say the one you don't like.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Peeps.
Candy corn. I like Peeps. My mom gets me and my dad Peeps for Easter every single year since I
Really?
was like 4 years old. Yeah.
I
and
for
Jessica
some reason-
absolutely hates it because they sit up in my counter and I bring them down like every now and again. Like I don't eat them all the time, and I just like. But when I do, I'm like, I'll eat a bunch of them, and I'll just be like, oh my god, I feel so sick.
Like a kid again.
Yeah.
Mom.
Peeps, Mom, you gotta take care of me. But yeah, Peeps make me feel that way. So we got a B, B-, a B, and a B+.
B+.
So we're gonna group the Dolphins signings together here, which is just major. I mean, honestly, for somebody being so upset with the Dolphins and their franchise and his other franchises, the Florida State Seminoles suck. Everything.
Yeah, I'm not doing good as the Miami Heat are the 1 seed in the East.
Yeah. So the Dolphins agreed to sign quarterback Teddy Bridgewater on a 1-year, $6.5 million deal, which I think is a steal, by the way, because if Tua crushes or breaks his ankle again, Teddy Bridgewater does not give the ball up.
Do we want to grade these one by one? Or do we want to grade them all as a, like?
Well, we can grade this one by one
and then
because they're your
average them
team.
out?
I'm going to say A+ for a Teddy Bridgewater backup signing.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I'm on an A+. I'm sorry I know I'm gonna be drawn out because this is my team.
Sure. Go right for it.
But that's why you should let us go first, and then
Yeah,
you can take it.
you go first.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with
Potato salad.
I'm gonna go with a solid A. Solid A.
Rookie
because I don't know.
Rookie score.
It's definitely gonna push Tua, but I don't know how much is that gonna get into his head.
That's a safety net. I don't care if it gets into his head. If you can't play, If you let that right there get into your head, you don't deserve to be in the NFL.
I understand that point, but if you're expecting him to be your number one,
Gorgonzola dressing.
What do you do? Why do you?
I'm just hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
there's still more pizza over there in those boxes.
Yeah, give me a slice. Give me a slice. You want a slice?
No, I'm good.
Shout out to Knicks.
Yeah,
But yeah, but yeah, I totally agree with your point. If you get upset at that, if you get upset at them bringing in competition,
Hey, Knicks, if you want to give us free pizza, you just let us know.
Delicious, by the way.
I definitely agree with you. Go ahead, Kyle.
I got a mouthful
mid-bite.
of food.
Hey, just like a server. So I think that's a great pickup for Teddy Bridgewater. And that's a great place for him to go to.
I'm so glad we got Drew because he's so interesting to listen to.
Yes, dude, it's so good. I go A+. Because one thing that you've learned about Tua Tagovailoa since he was at Alabama and his first 2 years in Miami, he's going to get hurt. It's just bound to happen. He's fragile and he holds the ball too long. I think it's good for that reason, though, that Drew said it's bad. He needs to have somebody breathing down his neck, especially a real threat like Teddy Bridgewater. Ryan Fitzpatrick played good, not a real threat. Jacoby Brissett played okay, not a real threat. Teddy Bridgewater, that dude should be starting somewhere.
He'll take your job.
He will take that job if he gets the opportunity.
Him and frickin' Tyrod Taylor should be starting somewhere, but that's another story.
You know what? I love Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod's got the worst luck of anybody in the league.
Dear God.
I feel bad for that man. But Teddy Bridgewater, A+.
I think Brian Flores would disagree with you.
So the next Dolphins signing was Chase Edmonds, running back Chase Edmonds. They got him on a 2-year deal for $2.6 million.
Steal!
I love
What
it.
a steal!
I love it.
I do think that they still need another running back because, and I did see that yesterday. Donta Foreman got signed. Where'd he go?
Carolina.
So, and that means they're getting ready to ship out. I think they're getting ready for a Watson trade.
Yeah,
They're going to send Christian McCaffrey away to the. They're going to kill Houston. They're going to kill Christian McCaffrey with the Houston Texans. Absolutely kill Christian McCaffrey. But I think this is another one. I'm going to say B+. No, I'm going to say a B-. I'm going to say B- on this one. I like the trade because it is a steal, but Chase Edmonds is still not exactly the running back that they need. Honestly, this guy is better than the current running back, but
I'm better than current running back.
But can't run the ball. I think they should have gotten a bigger guy, a bruiser, somebody, because they could throw what's his name?
Devontae Parker.
Gaskin.
Gaskin.
Devontae Parker.
You're
what
saying
are you
throw
talking
the ball.
about? They could throw the ball to Gaskin
Okay.
and let somebody else run the ball. Chase Edmonds is basically the exact same running back as Gaskins.
I'm going to go with a B- as well because no matter who
Way to copy me.
No matter who you sign, you're welcome. No matter who you sign, I'm not seeing any kind of offensive lineman signings because it doesn't matter who you have back there. If you don't have an offensive line,
they've signed 2.
Okay.
One of them was a number 13 rated free agent. Connor
Why are you
Williams
an
from
idiot?
Dallas. That's just me.
It's okay. It's okay. That's usually why I run the show.
Hey, someone's got to be an idiot. Someone here's got to be an idiot. But it's like it doesn't matter who you have running the ball if you're not upgrading that offensive line.
I agree. I'm going to copycat you if that's cool. Do I have your permission to give the same score as you? Okay, thank
Yes, you do. It's your show.
I went B- too. Number one, I love Chase Edmonds. I've always liked Chase Edmonds. I think he is a slight upgrade over Myles Gaskin because he's the same exact style player. The only thing is Chase Edmonds a little bit better at running the football. I only go so low because for the same thing I just said, he's the same style. We got that guy already. We got one of those styles. Now, now you asked me, like I said in our group text, do you want Myles Gaskin or do you want Chase Edmonds? I'm going to say Chase Edmonds all day. 100%. I love it, especially for what, $6.5 million a year? Come on.
Yeah.
That's big time.
Dave Hayes says their offensive line was top 10 in run blocking.
Who?
Miami. Saying they were top 10.
They didn't have a running back.
We didn't have a running back, right?
And he's saying, so Gaskin was the problem. But y'all are right. They need a bruiser.
Yep.
I think.
And
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, Chase Edmonds was really good last year with James Conner.
Yeah.
So if you get somebody else like that, like we were trying to get
That tandem.
Dante Foreman, maybe they can get some kind of trade package together. Even get like Chuba Hubbard from Carolina.
There you go. That'd be nice.
Right. Maybe if they don't end up shipping McCaffrey off, maybe they can piece the trade together for Chuba Hubbard and get a nice bruiser.
In the next one, we're going to go with the Dallas Cowboys agree to terms with Randy Gregory. Oh, no, they didn't. The Broncos agree to terms with Randy Gregory. The deal, 5 years, $70 million.
Shoo.
I give the Cowboys an A+ on dodging this bullet. Really?
He'll be out of the league in 3 years.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, come on, man. You kidding me?
Been in trouble more times than Pat McAfee.
Wow.
Terrible for Denver. I don't know why you would throw that kind of money at somebody who's really been, I would say, lower than mediocre his whole career. And good A+ for Dallas. I'll go D- for Denver.
I'm gonna say a C- for Denver. I'm gonna say an A+ for Dallas, obviously. But yeah, I mean, a kid that gets in trouble all the time. It seems like almost every season at this point.
Is the sun going to be up the whole show?
Dude, it's dark out there.
It's dark out there. It's the. I'm tripping.
Dude, it's dark.
I am tripping something else. What's in these seltzers that we reviewed?
It's either this. Oh yeah. We did just. We're gonna release a video today.
Yeah, later tonight.
Later tonight that we reviewed the Bud Light Seltzer Sours. So go out there and watch that. It's pretty good. Softball fam, you ought to really watch it because it might be something we start seeing out there playing softball.
You want something light to drink on the softball field on a hot day?
Maybe this is it.
Yeah. And if you come up to me, there's 2 flavors that I'll give to you right away.
But so we're gonna move on and we're gonna hit up with the Chargers. The Chargers signed cornerback J.C. Jackson. 5 years, $82.5 million. Lot of money thrown around here. Now, I can say this, J.C. Jackson, why do you keep scrolling up? I can't see anything.
He's deleting them as we talk about him.
My battery's running low. It's going to die in a minute anyway, but whatever. But J.C., $82.5 million is a lot of money to spend on a cornerback. But he is one of the best in the league.
He was
Quietly, honestly.
Yeah. What is that per year over there, Drew? You got a calculator?
Get after it.
So first of all, the Chargers as a whole, I'm going to grade their whole offseason so far as an A-. And you could have an A+. You just got to give Jay Herbo some protection. But they were able to keep Mike Williams. They were able to get Khalil Mack over in a trade. And now you sign J.C. Jackson. You're going to have Joey Bosa coming from one side. You're going to have Khalil Mack coming from the other side. If he gets the ball off, right, assuming this guy can stay healthy because he's made of like paper mache, Derwin James and J.C. Jackson in the secondary, also with Asante Samuel Jr., the Chargers.
God.
Their defense is going to be
They still
nasty.
have Melvin Gordon and
So of all their wide
Bosa.
receivers, they have. He already said, but dude, do you even like? Okay,
Sorry,
I
I
get it.
was
We have
working
people
at
like
Melvin
we
Gordon
have
either,
like
by the way.
I was working a calculator too. Good God!
Go
Dude,
for it.
I want everybody to Jake McGowan. If you want a third spot, if you are not busy on weekend or on Wednesdays, let us know. We're looking for a replacement.
David Hayes, please call.
David Hayes, David Hayes, you can call.
They got Khalil Mack only for a 2nd-round pick and a 6th-round pick.
They didn't do anything for Khalil Mack. I mean, I don't understand that one. But then again, the last couple of years, he really hadn't done anything.
I understand that his progression's gone down, but he's also by himself.
I can say this. I'm just going to let this out there. Me and Drew, we talk about it a lot. But apparently I move my hands an awful lot because I just hit my move goal today.
Oh, yeah.
Just want everybody to know that. So,
Proud of you, man.
but the last one, my team, which Kyle is doing his absolute best to talk me out of being a Jaguars fan.
I just for
This
podcast
signing-
purposes.
This signing might just do that.
Dude, what a
This
head
signing
scratcher.
might just do that.
Both the receivers they've signed are head scratchers.
Yeah. Well, go ahead and talk about the first one.
Okay, so
not the one that we're about to talk
So
about.
Zay Jones they signed. I think they gave him like what 10, 11 mil.
Was that both of them from? No, Zay Jones came from the Bills.
Yeah.
He was on the Bills for a while.
Dude, he was on the Raiders last year, I believe.
But he came up on the Bills.
Yeah, he
right?
came up on the Bills. Drafted by Buffalo. Was not shit there. Was not anything in Vegas. Even with like Ruggs going away. Wow, dude, Drew, you can't charge his tablet.
3 years, $30 million for Zay Jones.
3 years, $30 million. He got $10 million a year.
So
Dude, it's like the Jaguars are just money.
They are on a spending spree, I will say.
Trying to get Trevor Lawrence some weapons.
I do that, and then nobody. Thank you.
So Evan,
But that's not the weapons he needs.
they also brought in Evan Ingram. They got a bunch of washed up guys,
Yeah.
and then now Travis Etienne will come back next year.
I'm actually excited about that. I want to see what that does.
Maybe the Dolphins can lure James Robinson from him.
No. Yeah.
don't know, dude.
Okay.
Leonard Fournette's a free agent though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a good tandem. I'm just
Actually,
trying to
that's
think
not bad at all. That wouldn't be bad whatsoever.
That's something.
That wouldn't be
Fournette
bad.
and Edmonds, that'd be a good tandem.
Even Ronald Jones, if he's still out there, wouldn't be
I
bad
don't
with
like
Miami.
Ronald Jones at all. I don't like Fournette either though. So I guess I'd take Fournette though. He's a better running back.
Yeah, he's a better runner.
Yeah.
He's a better runner for sure. So they signed Christian Kirk.
Go for it.
I completely blanked as soon as I went to. I went.
Christian Kirk, 4 years,
Cameron.
$84 million.
What is that? Is that 16 a year?
I'm gonna say.
No. What is that?
I'm gonna say.
Math.
Science
Rules.
That's $20 million.
It's
4
like
years.
22, right? 4 years,
Yeah.
84 mil.
84 divided by
Jake McGowan.
$21 million.
Jake
Oh, weird,
McGowan
not
says,
math.
I could see the Jags making a big leap up in the rankings, likely 4th overall pick in the 2023 draft.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, I just think that
Well, because they do all that and they turn around
It's
and release Miles
stupid.
Jack.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like, really?
I
so.
mean,
That makes zero sense. I get that they're trying to give Trevor Lawrence something, but there are still plenty of wide receivers out there. The problem is I feel that right now that none of these wide receivers, they pick their quarterbacks. They don't just go to these teams because they're going to get paid. They want to make sure, this isn't baseball. You still hit,
you
you do
gotta
your
fit.
thing, right? But in the NFL, you kind of have to know that dude, or not know him, but at least be like, dude, I like that guy's game. I'm going to go play with him. Like, you got to, especially when it comes to being a wide receiver. And last year, Trevor Lawrence really didn't show us much.
And you also got to look in at that offensive staff. Like, do you see yourself in that offense? Because if I'm a wide receiver, I am staying away from.
Well, they're about to get a new
from
offense,
Chicago.
though.
I'm staying away from
Chicago.
Chicago.
What the hell are we talking
Jacksonville?
about?
I was
Jacksonville.
talking about the fit, and you were. I was going off on another tangent talking about the fit, but
Chili dog.
so what do you guys think about the?
pan bread with Parmesan garlic hummus.
What do you guys think about the Steelers signing Mitchell Trubisky?
Love
2
it.
years, $14.25
Love it.
million.
I'm gonna say a B plus.
B plus is a very good grade for that.
I think a B plus is good.
I don't understand the hate. Okay, so everyone wants to knock Matt Nagy for Justin Fields being a bum. Everybody wants to, right?
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky took that system to the playoffs not once, twice, with no receivers. That man deserves a little bit more respect than he's getting.
Based on winning percentage, he's the 4th best quarterback of all active quarterbacks since 2016 or something like that.
Is it something like that, or is it 2016? Because we're doing a show here, and I get that we're allowed to say whatever
2017.
we want, but we can't just throw
We
out,
can't put out fake
misinformation.
information. Right.
We're not CNN. We're not Fox News.
I agree.
We're not Fox.
We're none of them. Well, both of them are fake. Come
Yeah,
on
we're
now.
Fake. Fake news.
They're all terrible.
I'm waiting on you to research.
We're just gonna sit here, guys. Just hang out for a second. Kick your feet up for a minute. Make yourself a hot tea, and we're gonna.
Yes, you guys say, hey, all right. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a page out of the Cancel Us podcast book.
Okay.
Drew, don't hit the button again. I'm gonna stop on a random thing.
I don't have
It's not
anything.
sports related. All right, it's not sports related, but they've been doing this, and I kind of wanted to do it. So let's open up to here. Sequels or trilogies? What the fuck does that mean? Sorry, I'm not trying to cuss anymore. I'm trying to get away from cussing.
Sequel or a trilogy? So a 2 movies or a 3 movie?
Yeah.
Did you really not know what that meant?
Yeah, I get it. I just don't understand. Like, what are we comparing here? Because
I was about to say you can't just come up with sequels or trilogies because it depends on the
All right.
it depends on the series.
we do another one.
Yeah, go ahead and do another one. Would you hurry up?
I can't find it.
Keep going then.
Racquetball or handball? That's a good one.
Handball.
I'm a racquetball guy.
Are you?
Yeah, I mean, I was
Who's your
in
favorite player?
Yeah. Well, he's in the Go to Goats tournament. Because, racquetball players are way more important than professional wrestlers.
Plan A or Plan B?
No, my answer.
Chili dog.
No, you can't use the same one twice. We already
Chicken.
used chili dog. No, you already said chicken too. Oh, they're all used up.
Ooh, peanut butter or salted caramel?
Salted caramel, dude.
I hate salted caramel.
Whoa.
Is it
hate
caramel or
salted-
caramel?
Everybody says caramel. I say caramel, but I have protein bars that sit on my counter, and I have one that's a salted caramel one that has been sitting there for
Bring
weeks.
it here next week?
I can bring it to you.
So what do you guys think is what do you guys think is going to go on with Baker in Cleveland?
I think he's gone.
Is he going anywhere? Like, is he able to be going anywhere?
You don't put out a message like that and not know something's coming.
I can say this. What I think is that I think Watson does go to Cleveland. I think Cleveland actually does have a somewhat of a core.
It's attractive to
It's attractive.
a quarterback.
It-
Amari
it's-
Cooper.
Exactly. So I actually believe that Deshaun Watson goes there. And right now, Houston Texans aren't doing anything. I think the NFL kind of hates Baker Mayfield. Where's a better place to put him? Outside of a team that is absolutely terrible.
I hope he
But he
gets
could
there.
but he could get CMC as his running back. Even though Nick Chubb and he's already got a great running game. But I mean, what does Baker Mayfield do? I mean, he can check it down. He can check it down with the best of them.
And that's a much weaker division than the AFC North is. I would absolutely love him to get there and take the Texans to the playoffs.
Ooh.
I like Baker Mayfield. I personally, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback by any means. I don't.
No.
I don't.
But he deserves to be a starter.
Ask me, would you rather have Baker Mayfield or Tua Tagovailoa?
Would you rather
Baker
have?
Mayfield.
Oh, Baker.
Hold on. Would you rather have the Tua guy, Tua Tagovailoa, or Cleveland quarterback? Help me out, Drew.
Case Keenum.
Help me out, Drew.
Baker
Baker who?
Mayfield.
There you go. Who would you rather have?
I'd rather have Baker Mayfield.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Comedy.
Cookie Crisps.
But
It's off the rails. You guys want to go home?
I'm actually having a blast.
I'm having a
To
good
tell you the
time.
truth, there could be one person watching, and I don't care.
Is there anybody watching?
We have 5 viewers.
That's fun. Any fan questions? You guys want to know anything?
Yeah, we'll wait here for 10 seconds.
$11.
Read it.
Got nothing.
You could have made one up. Could have made
idiot.
one up.
Jake McGowan says,
Oh.
"Don't tease me about coming on the show. I would love to."
Let's do it. We could have done it today. We could have done it today with the professional wrestler conversation.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
What you got going on? Replacing Drew 1 week. Jake is. I hate cops.
Drew, I'm going to need you to sign this.
Let me get your Herbie Hancock. John Hancock.
Zach Lesnar says Jags need to sign Brock Lesnar to that O-line.
Was he an offensive lineman?
I feel like he was a defensive lineman.
Excellent fan question.
That is an excellent fan question. Zach, you just beat Jake McGowan.
Yep, you beat him. You got him. Blue Lives Matter, Zach. I don't know.
He was a defensive tackle.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Brock, I thought he was an offensive
Dude,
lineman.
it was your freaking uncle, dude.
How do you not know?
How do you not know what position he played?
Piece of work. Also, Zach Lesnar, I want to call you out because I just learned something today that I didn't know. Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes,
Miami Dolphins.
Miami Dolphins, Detroit Tigers. I guess I can't say anything. Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins, Florida State Seminoles, Cincinnati Reds. It's all in the Central. I just want to know how it happened.
How what happened?
So,
Zach Lesnar's a Detroit Tigers fan.
so I got a serious question from Jake McGowan. Reds say they don't have and can't generate money. Any idea why that is the situation there, Kyle?
I would say that's because they're full of shit and they're lying.
Can they fill a stadium?
Now, we talked about this today at the bar.
Right.
And I don't know how much of this goes into television.
I like how you said a bar. Dude, it's a pizza parlor.
We were at the bar, though, in the pizza parlor.
Because we were waiting on a pizza.
We're down at the bar.
We were down there.
Like we were down there at like 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, hey, another.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you a question, though? Like,
Yeah.
if a flag was messed up behind you, would you fix it?
I would have fixed it. I've been looking at a Tampa Bay Lightning flag.
It's been messed up since you got here.
That's
but
not
who
true,
who
dude.
sat there?
It is true.
That's not true.
Who
It
sat
is not true.
Who sat?
It's not true.
Yeah,
I've
go
been
to the
sitting right
cameras.
here the entire time. Yeah. You know what? Somebody rewind all of this and let us know if it's been like that the whole time.
It has. I noticed it when I first walked in.
Shut up, bitch!
That was really loud.
It was loud.
And
Sorry.
Kyle Albritton says probably not selling enough Skyline chili.
No, so we
Ooh.
talked.
Nice job, Kyle.
So we talked about this at the pizza parlor bar today. I don't know how much of this goes into scheduling, and I don't know how much goes into like TV contracts. But we were talking about how the Braves were the #1 team in revenue last year, and the Cincinnati Reds were 24th, I think. And I brought up a good point to Nick. How many times did the Atlanta Braves play at 1 o'clock on a Thursday last year? Just didn't happen. Cincinnati does that all year. Go look at our schedule right now. We've got so many weekday games at like 1 o'clock, and I think that maybe that's what hurts. So no, we don't fill the stands. Like when they have night games, absolutely they're packed. Friday nights they do night games, they're packed because they do fireworks after the games. They let the kids run the bases. Stadium's packed. But dude, other than that, it's very tough to get that place 30% full. And I think that's got a lot to do with it. So, like, while I make this podcast today just shitting on the ownership, like, maybe they are hurting a little bit. Especially now with the new CBA being, like, very player-friendly because the players whined and bitched and moaned until they got everything that they wanted. Maybe that's where this is stemming from. Was this always the plan? I don't know. I think it was because they kept David Bell around, who should have got fired 2 years ago, and he's like the sacrificial lamb to me.
Can I say this also? Because I know that they tried to make it harder for teams to tank. That was part of this CBA deal. And then the first thing that they do, the Reds, Oakland A's, two of the top, they were both in, Oakland A's weren't in the top 10, but they were like right below it. They were like 90-something million.
They made the playoffs every year.
But now they've said, look, we can't afford this anymore.
Yeah.
We have to go back down because now they get money from the other teams, but only if they don't have a payroll of a certain number. And that certain number, the A's tried to get under. And it sounds like Cincinnati's doing the exact same thing, which is funny because I guarantee you won't hear any of these players complaining about people tanking anymore. But that's because you're going to have teams like the Dodgers, like the Yankees, like the Red Sox, the Phillies, the Mets, the Braves, all of these teams that have the most amount of money, especially this year. The Braves wouldn't normally be up there, but after they win the World Series, they had a lot more money. So they've kind of gone all in. So hopefully the Braves make it pretty far again. They can continue that. But those teams are going to be the teams that are going to be in it. You're going to have, this year, I guarantee we're going to have the largest number of teams at the very bottom competing for last place. Not for draft picks, not for any of that, just based solely on the fact that they have to get that payroll down.
Yep.
So you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything about tanking. What you did was you took out tanking mid-season to where you couldn't give players, which is funny.
Can't do what the Cubs did, pretty much.
Right, but they even talked about the Braves. Like they're talking about teams tanking and the Braves taking advantage of it, which I think is funny. The Braves really went out and got players that were secondary players on their teams. We didn't go. Jock Peterson was not this big player for the Cubs. Soler was having a terrible season. Eddie Rosario was injured when we got him.
They got there fell in love with everything that the Braves had to offer, and all of a sudden, bam!
They just started playing.
Oh,
like we didn't go out and go grab a bunch of
it felt
top tier
comfortable.
players, right?
It makes a big difference if you feel comfortable.
Exactly. So it is. They didn't really do anything. All they did was make it to where now you're going to see a lot of this. You're going to see a lot of the Oakland A's. You're going to see a lot of the Cincinnati Reds teardowns. Preseason, though, you're not going to see it so much in the middle of the season anymore. I don't think. I think it's going to be like, okay, we don't have the money, shred it, done. Don't even try to. We're not going to try to put a 80-win team out there. We're not even going to try to make the wild card. We're not going to do anything. Shred it.
God, it scared me.
I was like, I mean, because I can tell you this. They're getting to you first. If anybody barges in here, they're getting to you first. And I promise you, I will throw you on them, and I will run.
Body shield.
Yeah.
Body shield.
Got steel chairs in the corner. We're talking about wrestling today. We might as well get on them.
Yeah, true.
Somebody sell a steel chair to the back and tell me that's
See, and we have a way better way of winning if we have Jake McGowan instead of Drew Gorman.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, like, you know what?
I can't disagree with that.
No,
I cannot disagree with that.
It's true. It's a fair fact. No, you
But,
can't.
you know, today has been fun. It's been awesome. We are going to see you next week. Drew, you did an awesome job hosting this show. So, we're not going to really talk about much more because it's just such a sad day. It's a great day to be a Brave, but sad day to be a Cincinnati Red.
It's a great day to be a Dolphin. I feel good.
Great day to be a Dolphin. You know what? Houston, if they get Carlos Correa, things can turn around for Houston as well.
It's been extremely quiet.
It's been Houston, no doubt.
We got Nico Goodrum.
Yep, everybody knows who that is.
Yep. He's bounced around between
He was in Detroit for a while.
Detroit and Minnesota. Been a backup player.
Can you tell I know more about baseball than I do football? Like football, I couldn't even remember. I had just read the name, and then I almost called him Kirk Cousins for a minute, the wide receiver for Jacksonville.
Talk about Kirk Cousins. My man has gotten the freaking bag.
Yeah, he deserves every bit of that.
He is, in his career, he is 52, 52, and 2. And he has gotten paid like over $300 million.
Well, I mean, what has he done wrong, though?
I can't fault you for that. I'm not going to disagree.
Look at the
but
two
it's just
teams
like,
he's been on.
Whew.
I'm going to say this here, and you take it for what it's worth. I think that the baseball players were being a bunch of pansies, like Kyle was saying. I think the owners were being a bunch of pansies. I think it's all messed up, whatever. But you know what? Go get as much money as you can.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, go get as much money as you can. To tell you the truth, I'm glad that the Braves went out and actually weren't stupid and tried to wait on Freddie Freeman because, you could tell last year, I said it on the ESPN Northwest Florida. I said it there. We are not going to have Freddie Freeman back next year. Yeah. Guess what? Because if you are not, I'm just telling you, like there was no signs pointing to him re-signing.
Literally, it was the proof was in the pudding.
Yeah.
We knew going in.
It's all about the money.
That the lockout
go get the money,
was probably the worst thing for the Braves in that case.
To tell you the truth, if you want me to be honest, I don't think so. To tell you, I actually
on
think
the Freddie Freeman case, I think obviously.
Oh yeah. I think we won.
Yeah.
I think we won this.
Y'all came out ahead.
Yeah. Not only did we sign these other players that we just signed, McHugh, and we signed Eddie Rosario
back.
Both of those are for 2 years. We have our core through 2025.
Yeah.
So you're going to see basically the exact same Braves team for the next 4 years.
And who's coming in the NL East to come? Oh, the Phillies just got.
Well, the Phillies are going to be good. At some point, that team has got to click it in. There's not. They have to click it in. The Mets are going to be one of those two.
The Mets have a nasty rotation, but they are not.
Yeah, but they just lost
to
DeGrom. No, who'd they lose? They lost. They lost like Syndergaard and stuff like that.
But they got Scherzer. They've got DeGrom, and then they traded for Chris Bassett from Oakland.
That's right. Yeah, they do have a nasty rotation.
They have no offense.
They lost Michael Conforto, which I thought the Braves are going to go sign Michael Conforto instead of Eddie Rosario, but I think they did Rosario because I think they wanted some sort of like familiarity.
Dude,
that's what I thought.
Continuity, familiarity.
There, that one. I think that's what they were looking for. We lost Freddie Freeman. They didn't want to go out and get somebody, but I would have loved Michael Conforto.
I'm just saying the Reds need an outfielder. Come on,
Conforto,
please.
Yeah. Soler.
Somebody, Soler.
Yeah, let him go over there and just jack some home runs.
Great American Small Park.
Did you guys see Pete Alonso's truck after he flipped it 3 times?
Yeah, I'm glad he's okay.
God.
Oh, is he good?
Yeah, he's fine.
All right, go Gators. So we're going to get out of here, pancakes,
I didn't know.
and we are going to see you guys on Wednesday.
Banana pudding.
We appreciate you. See y'all later.
Don't interrupt the outro.
Banana pudding.
Thanks for listening to the Right On Sports Show.
Stop. Put it back.
Put it back on. Put it back. Guys, we're sorry. Look, I'm just going to do a for real, sincere apology for Drew. I think his home life's not great.
You know what? I feel bad for him. Let's.
I can't do it with a straight face.
Send us out of here, Drew.
Yeah, send us out, Drew.
Well, thank you guys for joining, whatever the heck that was. And have a great night. We will be back here shortly with some...
Wrong button.
Thanks for listening to the
See you
Right
guys.
On Sports Show. Find the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Or find the guys on YouTube at Right On Sports and hit that subscribe button to be notified when they go live. In the meantime, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Right On Sports.